Hello and welcome back to 90's Mags, your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong Newcastle United supporting buddies, myself, D-Man, alongside my co-host Jefferson. How you doing, sir?
Deflated,
Deflated.
deflated. But you
Silly
know,
question, isn't it? Silly
we're
question.
breaking it down. We're breaking it down. So,
Yeah,
how are
yeah.
you, brother? You good?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Been better, but I'm kind of happy that I didn't witness this dross of performance, but we'll get to it. But yeah, I've heard, I've watched highlights, and yeah, not happy, but it is what it is. But listen, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Help the channel grow. We're trying to get up to 500 subs before the end of the year. I think we're like 30 odd, maybe 30 away from 500 subs. So please share the word. Help us get there. But yeah, we're joined today by a returning Roy. How you doing, Roy? How you doing? Can you hear us?
How you doing, mate? Well,
Yeah,
could have been better if we
yeah,
managed to get something out of that, but
yeah,
as
yeah.
you can see on there,
Yeah, we see your starts already. We see your starts, and
yeah, I'm ready. I'm
yeah,
ready.
we've got a debutant on the show. My best friend, my Newcastle United buddy. For those who don't know, we've been supporting Newcastle for the same amount of time, over 30 years. But yeah, we've got CJ on the panel. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, not bad. Fed up. Fed up.
You know, it's something's happening if you have to join
Fed
this
up.
stream because you're never on there. So boy, it must be bad
No,
times for
I had to
Newcastle.
make the debut. I had to make the debut.
No,
Welcome.
big up, big up. Good to have you on, man. Big up for those in the chat already. Scant with his popcorn. Evening, lads, he said. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. Ready to pipe up now that Liverpool finally got another win under the belt. Yeah, even though Isak is not contributing, but that's another story. Big up Kande in the building. He said, big up CJ, big up Roy, big up D-Man, and big up my brother Jeff. We got Harper in the building. He said, big up the 90's Mags. And we got Connor, first one in. How out. Yeah. But listen, for those who don't know, as usual, we're here to review the latest installment from the games that we've played. And it was supposedly the big one, the one that we've all been waiting for, the one that apparently the players were thinking about from a long time ago. You know, the Weir Tyne derby against our fierce rival Sunderland, who are back in the Premier League, flying high, you know, playing with confidence. We went down there and we lost. Yeah, it finished Sunderland 1, Newcastle 0. Now, I will say I didn't get to watch the game live because I was at Sellers Park to watch a real team, two real teams, should I say? Yeah, Palace and Man City, and so I've missed the game live. Watched the highlights and stuff, but I kept up to date with what was going on with in the WhatsApp groups and online and stuff like that, and it sounded like a pathetic performance, and was that from what I could see as well. So, Jefferson, what were your overall thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was completely, wholly shambolic. You know, there was no pride in the shirt for the badge. I can barely pick out an individual that had a somewhat decent performance. I think someone on another video I saw earlier called Gutless, I think that would just about sum it up. You know, there was no real heart or desire to kind of take the game by the scruff of the neck or pull us back into it, you know, after we lost, after we went a goal down. And it's just very, very disappointing because at the end of the day, Sunderland are a newly promoted team. You know, we effectively lost to a team of strangers, you know, if you put it that way. Whereas we've supposedly been a team for the last 4 years under this manager. But yeah, I think from the point where we can't even make simple passes, people's first touches, both Elanga and Gordon put the ball out of touch because they got no first touch. It's just unbelievable. I'm staggered by the real lack of heart on show, to be honest with you. And I don't know if it's a kind of indirect protest from the players. I don't know if kind of Eddie has kind of lost the dressing room, but it was a derby today, in case anybody knew. And it really didn't seem like that. It just looked like a regular away game, at least on our side. So, yeah.
Okay, okay, right. Can you summarize the game in your quickly for us? What are your thoughts?
I don't think the team was ready. It looked like disjointed at all. There was nothing happening, and the first half perform. I think we actually played better when we getting beat, but there was nothing there. And do you think the players didn't understand this derby and how important this was for the fans? At least Eddie looked clueless today, completely clueless. We got battered. Right? I think we got battered. This was worse than all the games we had in the last 15 years. Because the last one we beat them was, I think, August or September 2011. And we never beat them since. And they beat us 6 times. And I think we played better in all those 6 games that we lost than today. Under McLaren or Pardew or
Bruce.
Carver. This was the worst one. This was definitely the worst one. Because that team we had on today cost more than 3 times their team. And they've been together 3-4 years with the same coach who was elite, Eddie Howe. And it was just atrocious. And then, any excuses for anyone? It's the same football again and again and again, home and away. It's not the away form, it's home and away. Both of them, the football's just absolutely atrocious. Just clueless. So up until today, I actually last week in the prediction league, I put we are going to get beat. So, but I thought I'll be smart here and take one for the team. So if we get a good result, I'll get no points. And then I thought, wow, we are rubbish. We are rubbish. And we couldn't penetrate them or do anything. It was just clueless football.
Well, this is it, and it starts with, you talk about Eddie Howe, but it starts with the lineup. So I want to ask CJ, like, what were your thoughts because you had a few things to say to me privately about the lineup. So what were your thoughts on the lineup when you saw it?
Yeah, we was on the phone when the lineups came out. Yeah, and when I saw it, and I saw Gordon and Alanga. Remember, I said to you, why are he's setting up to sit back and kick them on the counter attack? Like that's not taking the game to Sunderland, a newly promoted team, is just shocking. It's like he believed Sunderland. That's the setup we do against City or Arsenal. He set up how he would set up in a European tie, away tie, or against City or Arsenal. It's like he actually believed that Sunderland were better than us. It's like we can't take it to this team. And just on the lineup, you knew what we were gonna do.
Yeah,
And it's like serious. The first 3 minutes of the game, it was like watching the last 10 minutes of the Leverkusen game. Like we just camped in our half, just waiting to concede a goal. It was crazy.
And that's the embarrassing thing at the end of the day. Because like I said, with that lineup, I thought, listen, Howe's going to go predictable. We knew the back line, we knew the midfield, whether Joe Linton was going to make it or not. And I thought he was going to play Gordon for sure, but I thought that he played Murphy, right? So the fact that he threw Elanga in there, I couldn't understand, because let's be honest, as much as I tried to defend the guy, he hasn't had a good start. He's had a very poor start to his campaign, right? Now, you're throwing him in the biggest game of our season when he's out of form. Yeah. And like you said, he's not going to beat a player. He's there to sit back, kick them on the counter. So he's already setting up for a draw, really, or you know what I mean? He's not really going out to win that game. And the fact that he thinks that Sunderland are better than us is very, very damning. You know what I mean? So he needs to, that alone, I think he set us up for failure. But Jefferson, what was your thoughts on the lineup itself?
You know what? Obviously, I was on NUFC Talk TV this morning, and I tried to be positive. And actually, tactically, I understand why he started with Elanga. The Gordon one, no. I'll come to that in a second. And I was happy to see Miley in the team. I don't know if that was purely due to the dynamic changes in the Leverkusen game, or if it was under pressure from fans, because a lot of fans have been calling for Miley to come in recently, particularly after the Everton game, and then again impressing against Leverkusen. So, and then seeing Ramsdale in goal instead of Pope, I was like, oh, okay, he wants to try and play it from the back. So I actually gave Eddie the benefit of the doubt when I saw the lineup, because I thought, okay, he's trying to be positive in terms of like playing football with the likes of Ramsdale and Miley in the team. And then Elanga, at least we've got pace on the break. And if we look at his performance against Everton, I thought it would have been similar, and then he would have just played himself in because he did have a decent game against Everton. For me, though, the Gordon one, it's so frustrating because it feels like a little pet project for him that he's determined by hook or by crook that this guy must be in our lineup. And I feel sorry for Barnes because it feels like no matter what Barnes does, Gordon will always be Eddie's boy. Like somehow he will make his way in the lineup. Um, so listen, I came into this quietly confident thinking, all right, nervous. We shouldn't lose the game. I expected a draw. I predicted a 1-1 draw. But again, didn't expect these players, I didn't expect to see the poor performance that we quite saw.
Okay, let me go to some of these comments. Kenny said, "Was there one shot on target for both teams?" Apparently, we had two shots on target. Kenny and
Yeah,
Roy, you said they
two.
were both from Bruno, weren't they? But they were like soft shots, to be honest. I only saw one of them. But and MB79 said the bad thing is that Sunderland was shit. So what does that make us? We've been terrible all season, lads. Agreed. We can count on what the number of times we've had a good game. Man City, Everton. Probably that's about it. That's probably about it. You know what I mean? Kante said Sunderland wanted it more. Very poor from Eddie Howe FC. Uh, Scat said, "Want to hear your thoughts on Tonali, the best centre midfield in the league? Apparently, we'll talk about Tonali a bit later because he was another one who didn't really perform. But to be fair, none of them really performed. Forever Football said, if Eddie Howe went, who would you want? So let's pause on that one quickly. Right, just one manager. Give me one manager who you'd prefer.
Glasner, easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
Okay. Curtis, CJ,
Do you know what? Think about it earlier. I thought exactly the same thing.
Glasner.
That's
Yeah. Okay. Jefferson.
Fabregas.
Yeah, I'd say Fabregas as well. I'd say take a punt on Fabregas. Yeah.
At this moment, man, you bring Mickey Mouse and he probably would do a better job.
I say Glasner, but I think we need a manager who can attract some players as well. I don't know if Glasner could do that actually. So because
fair.
Glasner's like never been to like that level where he's had
Yeah.
to deal a bit like Eddie Howe. He's never had that level where like people are gonna know him from other countries. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quite on a low level. So
Yeah. He that was playing a better brand of football though, but you know what I mean, but I hear what he's saying though. Adrian said that was God.
I was gonna say, Jefferson, you said that in the lineup you understand tactically why he went for Elanga. What that tactical reason you think? Because I can't see it.
Well,
I think he's just been stubborn. Like everyone knows he was off this guy for years. He finally got him for 55 million, and he's like, right, I'm going to put him in on the big stage. He's going to prove everyone. Like he's just stubborn. Because Elanga shouldn't be anywhere near that starting lineup.
I mean, generally, I would agree, right? D-Man will tell you, I was even against the signing from day one, and I was rinsing him, and D-Man and Yinks, and everyone was defending him. But what I would say, to be fair, especially based on the performance against, I'm sure it was Marseille he did all right, and also Everton, his style suits an away game where we may not have a lot of the ball, backs to the wall, and then we're going to hit them on the break and push beyond. Because the other issue is you have to look at the balance for Voltemada. So his default is Murphy, right? The problem with that is we're putting crosses into a box for a player who's more technical. And the fact that he's 6'6", everyone thinks put the ball in the box, get your noggin on it. And this is what we did with Joe Linton under Bruce when he arrived. Just because he's a big lad doesn't mean he's going to be this bustling centre forward. So what we need is, if we know he's involved in the build-up, we need wingers to push beyond. And I think that's where Elanga suits a little bit more. I mean, they tried it in spells in that first half a little bit. A couple of times it worked, but then wrong selection or bad first touch and that kind of thing. But in terms of Gordon, there's no balance there. Like if you look at Barnes like the 1-2 and the build up. So he's someone that will give and go as well. So it was just more from like that perspective. If we were at home, no way. No way. I would not play Elanga at home. No chance.
That's what I always say to D-Man that we need wingers right now that want to run past Baltimore. And people think Elanga does that. But if you actually sit and watch him, remember, D-Man, when we were watching the Tottenham game
Yeah.
last week, the amount of times I was shouting at Alanga when he came on,
To make
run.
the run. Make
He
the run.
like we can see it. Everyone can just see it, and he doesn't. He just
But
stands there.
is that a lack of confidence,
Very
do you think?
rarely
Do you think
makes
it's a lack
that
of
run.
confidence? Do you think it's a lack of confidence, or he just doesn't? He hasn't got the football intelligence to do it. Because I think it's a lack of confidence. Yeah, and the thing is, like we said before, he's known for his pace, right? Not once have I seen him use his pace since he's been
not
there,
much.
bro. Is it that he's fast or Forrest were that slow? Like I don't understand, bro. Because right about now, I can't tell. He doesn't look that quick. He doesn't. Like defenders
Been
are
only
catching him.
twice, I would say, isn't it? The opening day of the season
Yeah,
against Villa when he got Konsa sent off, and then again against Burnley when he got that player sent off. But both times, what happened? It was an incisive pass through the middle.
yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you release him. So that out to in run, almost like an inside forward, but we don't play it through the middle enough. We get it to the wings and we cross it in. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Let's look to some of these more comments. Niall said, "Get this clown out of my club." How out?
Everyone has seen the light.
MB said, "Do you have a buyback from Miggy Almiron, bro?" And that's how bad it is, bro. I've seen bare people say, "Bring back Miggy." That's how bad the Langa's been. We're missing Almiron, bro. And you know how I felt about that guy. But and then he now said, "This is worse than any Bruce Ball game." And the ironic thing is, I think Steve Bruce is on Monday Night Football tomorrow, so it's
No
gonna be
way.
yeah. So big up Cav. He said, "Evening guys, Sunderland wanted it more today. From minute 1 to 90, their intensity was so much more than Newcastle's. Ilanga is horrible, by the way." Yeah, and Scott said, "Why did it take so long to bring Visser on? Ridiculous." What minute did he come on? Because again, I was cussing about midweek when he got 90 seconds.
70
Yeah.
something, wasn't it? 70.
75, 76, I think, maybe.
Yeah, but he came on for Baltimore.
Yeah, and that's the
And it
thing.
was just like, oh,
You're
okay.
chasing the game, you're taking off one for the other. Why not put them both on? Keep them both on the pitch. But Kenny said,
I
need to
didn't
look
make
at
it that far.
who said buy Langa. Huh?
I didn't make it that far to see Whistle. When I saw Willett come on the pitch, I went and tidied my house. When I saw that triple substitution did involve Whistle and Willett came on the pitch, I turned the game off because I knew we were like Willett has not had a good performance since Birmingham in the FA Cup last October. Why are you putting him on when you're chasing the game? It made no.
Yeah, that's a strange one. That is a strange substitution to make.
I'm just coming out the route. I'm just doing something else.
The loyalty thing. It's the loyalty thing. He goes back to players that he trusts, and yet he's the one that spent 45 million on Ramsey.
But why is Ramsey not coming on the pitch? I don't understand it. You've spent that money on him. He's fit. Pay him. You know what I mean?
No one does. That's the thing. No one does.
I don't know.
And no one does. No one asks him the question in the press conference.
What is it?
Why did you spend that money and bring this guy in and you're not playing him?
Did you see when someone asked him before the game about why he didn't buy a traditional number 6 because the midfield gets cut too open all the time, and he said, "Do you think it's easier? It's just as easy as that?" Well, yes, it is. There's plenty of number 6s around, bro. You could the money you spent on Ramsey, the money you spent on who else, you could have put that on a number 6. So I don't know. Scott Harper said he tells Scott Wissa, he brought him on but did nothing because the setup is always the same. He'll be isolated just as much as Voldemort is. Yeah. So, but listen, look at this one. Isak would never score an own goal. Isak would never score, apparently. But anyway, but listen, talk me through that first half, Roy, because I correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard we had no shots on goal and no shots on target. Is that correct?
Yeah, 0-0. I checked that at half time as well. There's nothing. I think Sunderland had 59% as well for possession. We had 41, which is ridiculous. But we were kind of like happy, 0-0. Okay, we'll get at them in the second half. But there was nothing. We just sat there, and Sunderland was just as bad. It wasn't like they were great or anything, but they had the ball possession and they were playing more in our third. Nothing there, really, nothing. I think there was few balls I think one for Gordon and one for Voltemada. Voltemada actually crossed that really quick. It would have gone to Gordon, but he didn't. He held on to it, and then he had the sloppiest pass. And then Gordon does the same, takes that one extra step, and then the ball goes out. That's it. We did nothing. It was just ridiculous. You wouldn't think that team has been playing together for almost 3 years now.
Or is the promoted team? We looked like the
guess, yeah.
promoted team, didn't we?
Yeah. Did you see the True Geordie video?
I started watching it just before we came on air, but he's not happy.
Because the Elanga, Ramsey, and I think Chow cost as much as the whole Sunderland team.
See, this is where it gets. This is madness.
The Langer, he said the Langer, Ramsey, and Wissa.
Oh, Worcester then, yeah.
Crazy.
Those
Absolutely.
three cost as much as the whole Sunderland team.
Well, let's be honest,
Which one would you pick?
Exactly, but pound for pound, we have the better players. You know what I mean? We should be going there and winning. To put in a performance like that is unforgivable, man. And I'm not here for these apologies for the performance, blah blah blah, whatever. You lot meant to be up for this, yeah. We allowed you for the Leverkusen cock up because we thought, you know what, they've got one eye on the weekend, so they're gonna turn up and put in a performance. And Jesus Christ, like it's pathetic, absolutely pathetic. Scanson said Eddie's disrespecting Murphy again. What must Murphy be thinking? Because he's probably our best performing winger at this moment. Him and Harvey Barnes, right?
Yeah, and they both don't start.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what I said to you when we was on the phone. So the lineup. What must Harvey Barnes and Murphy be thinking? They're thinking it doesn't matter what we do. We're not starting for this
Yeah.
manager.
Hmm.
Like, do you know where we would be right now if it wasn't for Harvey Barnes and those games that
I dread
that
the
little
thing.
run where we would be like 16th or something.
Yeah, this is the thing, man. The longer the games go on and we perform like this, we're going to slip further and further away from this 4th or 5th place. You know what I mean? I don't care how many points we are from them at the moment, but right about now, we're not looking at catching any of them. We're mocking the likes of Liverpool and Spurs and Man United. They're all above us. They're all above us. You know what I mean? It's
And playing better than us as well.
I'm playing better.
Out of Spurs, yeah.
What game was I watching the other day? It might have been Man United Wolves, and they both play better football than us. Even Wolves. Even
Wolves definitely against Arsenal yesterday were better
even
than us.
Arsenal get yesterday as well. Better football than
Yeah.
us. I don't know which teams play worse football than us currently, bro. I really don't. Yeah. Can anyone name any? Like other than Burnley, probably. Yeah.
Bournemouth in the last 4 or 5 games, but
No, Bournemouth ain't been getting the results, but they play better football than us. They play better football than us. You know what I mean? Like
probably like Sheffield Wednesday or someone if you watch them. But in the Premier League, I think we're the worst.
it's bad, man. But this comment from now, he said Howe's lost the players, in my opinion, and the players have figured he is not up for it. Jefferson, what's your thoughts on that one?
I think he's not far off the mark, you know, because if you only have to look at someone like Toon Army, he looks like he's completely checked out, you know, in terms of his effort and his endeavour. The players' heads look down when certain sort of patterns of play just weren't coming together. Voltemada almost looked disconsolate after the game, although I think that's more about the own goal than anything. But outside of his favourites, yeah, I don't think it's a happy camp indeed. You know, even when they pan over to the bench and you see players like Alex Murphy or whatever, they just look helpless. I think the issue is about how trusting the squad, which I don't think he does because he tends to utilize the same, 16, 17 players or so. But I think even with Voltemada, penny for his thoughts as well in terms of Gordon was getting all the penalties and things like that. You know, it doesn't send good messages. And actually, when you look at the responses between the players and the manager, Bruno's post-game interview is basically what Eddie should have said. So, speaks volumes.
Well, just quickly, let's speak on Tonali because I know the likes of Scants and Cav want to talk about Tonali because obviously we've been waxing lyrical about Tonali for a long time now, yeah. But he has been off it for the last few games. Now, I'll go to you, CJ. Is that more down to his injury, his illness, or the way he's been managed, or is he just not putting in the effort? What's your thoughts on Tonali?
I don't know. It seems to have come from nowhere. Like even the beginning of the season, we weren't performing well, but he was. It's just like I don't know. It's literally just come from nowhere. Really, he's just not. He looks almost like he looks ill, like he's not putting in 100% kind of thing. Like he can't put in 100%. I don't know
Well,
his position. Didn't Eddie Howe do that thing I hate where Bruno was the number 6 back for a while,
yeah,
like a couple of games. So I don't know.
yeah,
I think it's, I think it's everyone. Like today, it just looks like no one knows what they're meant to be doing.
and that stems from the manager, from the
I've
coaches.
got a theory about Tonali.
Yeah, go on.
He was playing good all most of the season until that moment. We're playing West Ham. We're getting beat 2-1, and he shoves him on the right back, puts him on the right back. And Tonali's like, eh? And he played. He looked lost anyway. And then he took him off. And I think who went? I think Chow went to the right back for a bit as well, like that after him. And then from that moment, I think Tonali just is gone until now. Because you put yourself in Tonali's place. We're getting beat 2-1, and this coach tells me to go and play right back instead of telling me push up, push up, push up, go as a 10, push up. You put me right back in numpty. So I think that was the one. I think Tonali's probably thinking, who's this idiot here? And since then, he's gone. He hasn't played a good game since then. So it might be that one.
Well, Scant said, "I'm not having that excuse with Tonali Jefferson. Don't do a D, man. Listen, I think Roy. I think there's something in that, in the fact that when he was shoved to right back, but he did at the Brighton game. He looked off it, and then it turns out he was ill, right? So then he's come back and he's got that knock, right? So that I can understand. But I did say, listen, it's now time for him to step up because he started against Leverkusen. And he started this one, and in both games, Leverkusen he was at fault for 2 of the goals, and this one he's had another poor performance. So we can't let him off the hook. Yeah, it may be something going on there, but you know what I mean. You're still professional enough to put in a job. As much as we've been raving about him as well, so we have to give him the criticism when he is underperforming. But like you said, TJ, maybe it's a case of none of them know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, and it's starting to tell on the pitch. We've talked about Elanga, we've talked about Tonali. What are your thoughts on Dan Burn? Because I know he's gone off injured. It looks like broken ribs and that guy.
Leave that man alone, man.
No. I'm not saying he played badly. I'm not saying he played badly. I'm saying what's your thoughts on it? Like, because a lot of people are saying that when he went off, we looked a lot less. We looked weaker. We looked a bit more suspect at the back. So, is there anything in that, Roy?
Yeah, I was worried about those balls are going to send up, but I don't think it affected it because they couldn't do anything. They only had one shot in the second half, and the goal was that deflected to Voltamate's header, but it didn't affect us at all. I think it might be a chance now for the rest of the players to prove themselves when he's not there. If that's a broken rib, then you're probably thinking 6 weeks. If it's just a bruise, then it's only going to be a week. Maybe.
Yeah, because he doesn't really go off. Unless it's something serious, so wish him a speedy recovery and all that.
Why doesn't Eddie take him off? It's just like we've seen this historically with player welfare. Look at what the treatment of Lascelles. Lascelles blatantly popped his knee, and it's like, yeah, and he played on he tried to get up and play for 3-4 minutes, and he did even worse damage. And then the same with Botman. Yeah. Who advised him that he didn't need an operation? So historically, our treatment of players has been diabolical. It really feels, and I'm not just attributing this to the manager, but it is his setup, his staff, his team is very much like an amateur setup. It's like we're some EFL club or some shit. I've had enough, man.
Yo, all those in the chat, smash the likes, keep the likes, get the like count up. We much appreciated. Helps the algorithm and all that. Smash the likes if you think Eddie needs to leave and let us know. Let me read some more of these comments. Niall said he's lost the players and my players figured it out. We read that one already. What else we got? Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe will never get Newcastle challenge for titles, but Champions League football is good, very good. But to that comment, do you think he's capable of getting us Champions League qualification this season?
Not
Yeah,
a chance.
because right about now,
No way. No way. I'm getting an Eddie tattoo if he does.
well,
Bruv, he didn't get us in the Champions League. I would die on this hill. He didn't get us in Champions League positions last season. We are in Champions League right now because Manchester United and Tottenham were wanting to get to. Were so bad in the league, they concentrated on Europa League and the country's what's it
coefficient,
coefficient went up. That's the only reason we're in the Champions League.
and
It's
we
because
scraped through on the
Man
last day.
United and Tottenham did so well in Europa
And Man
League.
United did us a favour on that last day as well.
Emiliano
Yeah.
Martinez getting sent
And
off.
we're only a good
Chelsea were in
one
the
game a week.
and Chelsea were in the other league and battered it. That's the only reason we're in the Champions League is because of the other teams in the coefficient. We finished fifth. We didn't finish top four.
Hey, listen to this comment. You can count our good games on Dan Bird's fingers. That's a living.
boy.
Kenny said, old story, did they have their minds on the cup game? Listen, the cup game for me, listen, I expect to beat Fulham, but I can't cheer about it. I can't, because like Jefferson keeps saying, that the league is our bread and butter. Yeah. So it's all good going through to the next round on the cup and that, which will be good. But if you're consistently flopping, in the league, what good is that? You know what I mean? Because like I said, we need to qualify for the Champions League to keep the elite players that we have and to maybe attract any more. Yeah. And without that, the likes of Tonali will go, Tino Livramento will go, Bottom will go. Those will be the first three out the door in the summer. Yeah. And then, it's a spiraling effect after that, because no one's going to come in and people are going to be looking sideways. They're already looking sideways after Isak jump shipped. So, you know what I mean? It's oh, good Lord. Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good.
What's it going to take, though? Yeah, you're hearing people say that he's still got credit in the bank. What's it going to take to shift people's minds that he's done out here?
Well, that's a good question. For those who are still Eddie in, what will it take for you to change your minds? Because right about now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not like not looking like anything's going to change. You know what I mean? The football is dross. We can't win away from home. We're clinging on to this home form. We're clinging on to the home form, and when we're dropping points to the likes of Tottenham and that, all it's going to take is one more loss away from home, and then what we've got to hang our hats on. You know what I mean? Look at this one.
That must be a Mac on that.
There were people watching Elanga's transfer. No one were playing. You know what? To be fair, if you looked at social media, there might have been a couple. Big up Luminous. He said, "Get the Zerbian right now. That man loves St James's Park with his style of front football in St James's Park. I want entertainment, man. Plus, he's experienced. Even Pep rates him highly.
Yeah.
The Zerbian would be an upgrade on Eddie." Big up NUFC Truth. He said, "For me, Tuchel or Nagelsmann, but honestly, Poch. Wrong. I don't know. Pochettino, I'm not so sure.
He's coaching USA, isn't he?
USA, so he won't leave until
He's
after
not
World
leaving
Cup.
that for this.
Yeah. It's and then Scott said Diego Simeone would be interesting. He wouldn't take any crap. Yeah,
No.
he'd want a lot of money as well.
Yeah, but he's like Eddie's daddy. He's Eddie's daddy.
It's true.
And all Eddie's negative football comes from him as well. But at least this guy knows how to kill games. Eddie can't.
So here's a serious question for you. I'll take one by one, right? I'll start with you, CJ. Are Sunderland finishing above us this season?
Oh. Surely not. When they're 4 points ahead of us, yeah.
Is it 4 points? Yeah, 4 points.
4 points now.
1 point.
Okay.
1 point before the game.
Okay.
I can't say yes. No, they can't. It's like I know we're bad. Like it depends how good. Well, I think we keep Eddie Howe, we'll finish about 10th. So just about how well they do. Mate, well, 10th to 10th, 11th, 12th, around. That. Just depends on. I don't really care, man. I don't really care about Sunderland. I don't care about Sunderland, man. I care about our nonsense.
No, I hear you.
I'd say no because I just can't. That can't be the new reality.
Okay, right?
No, I think they once they lose all those players going to the FCON, they're going to get hit big.
Okay.
But you never know because we might lose few games before January, and then by the time those players come back, Sunderland are strong again, and they'll finish above us. But that'll be a huge disaster, and God help the people living in South Shields or Chesley Street or County Durham and stuff because it's 50-50 there. We're just going to get battered by with banter for about 3-4 months until next season. Yeah, I'm gonna say we'll finish above them hopefully with a new coach.
Yeah. Okay. Jefferson.
Yeah, it depends if we save our season by getting a new coach in and also what players we bring in January, if we bring in any players. But I think, as Roy has pointed out, those AFCON boys are crucial to the way they play. We saw Sadiki today. We saw Ronaldo. Like, they look technically very good players, particularly compared to what we've got. So I think they've got 8 of them. It's either 8 or 9.
I think 6 are going to AFCON,
Is
3 of
it
them are not.
6? That's a
Yeah, I think-
significant amount, and I think they're all pretty much first team players as well. So that's where I think they're going to sink down a little bit because those championship players they got are suddenly going to have to start playing some games
And that's probably why they're going all out to get to the 40-point mark or closer as soon as possible.
ASAP.
They kind of know that, we will finish above them. I'm pretty sure even if Eddie Howe is still here, I think we'll finish above them. But, as the weeks go by, you know what I mean? How long can we say that? If we don't pick up form, you know what I mean? One away win, and we're in December. That is shambolic.
Did you see the stat, D-Man, about once we go behind in games, we haven't gained a single point?
CJ reminded me of that one.
Crazy.
That is disgusting.
That lacks heart. That lacks spirit. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it was like under Steve Bruce. You know that if we concede, we're done. We're done at it. But even that, we managed to get 1 or 2 wins from losing position. This is bad, man. This is bad. Abba said, when I finally thought I was finally freed from the shackles of Almiron, we go and get a worse rank.
Oh, it's true. Alanga, well, I'm sure when we signed Alanga, me and you were with our families on the beach.
Yeah.
And you told me, and I was cussing. It ruined my afternoon. I should have been I was in the sun, happy, and I was cussing. Because, like, why? I knew from the second we bought him, it's just Forest's system just suited him down to a T. Take him out of that system. And the thing is, the system went wrong for the last half of the season. Forest
it's true.
The guy played well for 6 months and got a £55 million move. That is mental.
That is crazy. Crazy. Kenny said, my weekly question, where's Lascelles? And listen, you might see him now that Dan Burn's injured, bruv. You might see him on the bench now because they put share in. There's no Botman at the moment, so you never know. You might see him pop up. Adrian said Ramsey's clearly not Eddie Howe ready.
You see? All those mind games and that. Come on now.
Oh, good Lord. Big up Curtis in the building. Another Curtis said, big up lads. I just wanted to know where the training is. What do they practice in the week?
Yeah, because they can't pass the ball.
Running.
There's no first touch.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Big up Irish Assassin as well in the building as well.
Easy.
Hope you guys have smashed the likes on the way in. We get the like count up. Ginger, so lads, did Eddie Howe waste 200 million? Because so far, Chow is the only solid signing. Well, this is an interesting question because we've been talking so long this season, even during the transfer window. Once we got rid of Paul Mitchell and Eddie Howe and his nephew took the reins, we were in trouble. Yeah, no club is taking us seriously, and we got fleeced for, like you said, we overpaid for Elanga, overpaid for Ramsey. You know what I mean? It's not really. I'd say Voltamada has done well so far.
Voltama's okay.
This has been unfortunate, but we overpaid for that one as well. You know what I mean? So the fact is, he has to be kept away from these transfers now. You know what I mean? This has to be Ross Wilson's time to do the scouting and to do the negotiating. You know what I mean? Because we know that Eddie can't be trusted. You know what I mean? This is. I thought that we started the transfer window quite poorly with all the rejects and stuff, but I thought that we salvaged it. We addressed the positions that we need to address. Didn't get our first choice targets, but they were solid signings. But like you said, Chow Chow and Voltamada have literally been it.
Good
You know what I mean?
signing.
But then even without Volmar, I think he's done well, but his style of play just doesn't fit our players. I mean, the wingers we have cannot play with Volmar.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to see? Do you think, or how soon do you think we're going to see Voltamada and Vissa play together, if at all?
We won't.
Never.
Anyhow, we will not see. Was he what? He cannot change system. He can't.
This is
Oh, he won't. He won't. He's too stubborn.
yeah.
Like we would never see them play together.
Big up,
Today would have been an example. 20 minutes left.
chasing the
Bring
game.
it on. Take one of the. Well, he took Tonali off anyway, so he would have had to take Miley off. But I think Miley was playing better than Bruno. He's not going to take Bruno off. So he's stubborn. He wouldn't take one of the defenders out. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But today was an example. If he was not going to do it when you get him beat with 20 minutes left, he's not going to start with those two together.
We got a comment from anonymous N3F who said this season is a write-off.
No, we're still in the Champions League.
Connor
We're
said,
going to win it.
Is this the bearded 90s mags?
The beard edition.
Battle of the Beards, mate. Battle of the Beards. Jason said, Big Nick's own goal will forever be staying on Newcastle United legacy. No. Like, come on, man. Like, no. Like,
Come on.
But
What
the
is
thing
this
is that-
thing as well? I'm sorry, the fan base need to fix up because when stuff goes south, though, we tend to blame the foreign players or anyone that ain't white. That's what I've noticed as well. I'm just going to call it out as I see it. In my opinion, we go straight to the foreign players. Why do we do that? Yeah. When Burn was having clangers, no one ever says anything. When Gordon's shit all the time, people barely say anything. But we always go to like, yeah, it's Elanga's fault, it's Voltamada's fault, it's Tonali's fault. We're always on the foreigners.
to be fair, we've been on the Langoff. We did kind of.
I mean, I'm saying like outside of us, innit? It's just something that I've picked up. I find it alarming.
Adrian said the club are keeping Murphy on ice, anticipating a large Liverpool offer in January. Which Murphy? Alex Murphy?
No, Jacob. Because he's the
He's
the charger.
Well, they ain't buying Murphy, man. They're not going to buy Murphy. They're going for Semenyo. Spurs
60,
got thrashed.
is it 60? He's got a release clause, and is it 65
60 million? Yeah. They'll get him for cheaper than that.
We should have gone for that instead of Elanga.
Too many forwards. Greedy.
MB79 said, House said post-match we were good out off the ball. Bruno came out and said we were terrible. Mixed messages. Something is seriously wrong. Listen, Bruno is fuming. He is fuming, and so he should be. Yeah, but he's making these comments too frequently now. Yeah, and it should show you that we're not performing. Things are not all rosy. You know what I mean? It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. The fact that we're here in December. Where are we in the league now? 12th?
Well,
13th.
yeah.
13th.
13th. Oh, okay.
12th or 13th, whatever it is. Yeah. And we're sitting on one away win. And I'm trying to think who we beat. Yes, we beat Man City at home. We beat Wolves. We beat Man City is the only one of note that we beat.
Forest we beat. Did we beat Forest?
Beat Forest.
Beat Forest, yeah.
We beat Burnley. Yeah.
Forest, Burnley, and Wolves, the bottom three.
So we beat the bottom three. Yes, we beat Man City. Who else we beat at home? We drew with Spurs. We didn't beat Spurs. Yeah. Who else have we beaten?
City, Burn, not 4. So that's 12.
How many points we got?
22.
22. Right. Okay. Well, either way.
One more. I
Should we
can't
go-
remember.
I don't know.
Wolves and Burnley. Fulham. That's the one.
Fulham.
Yeah, we beat Fulham.
Last
minute.
Yeah. Big up, I Like Coffee. He said, hi, D-Man, Jefferson, CJ, Roy, and all. Big up yourself. Hope you've liked the stream as well. Ray, welcome.
You see, Tim's with us as well.
Big up, Tim.
Tim is starting to turn to the dark side a bit.
Is
I
that
don't know
right,
if you
Tim?
see. You want to read out his comment he put in the chat? He's answered about the
Where's that?
managerial
Oh,
appointment.
here. This
He's
one?
recommended Iraola.
Oh, Irola. Okay.
And it's an
That's another.
interesting one because Tim, you know, to be fair, I respect him because he's always been very balanced and looked at both sides, but was mainly Eddie in. He's now leaning toward. He's jumping over the fence. So
Okay.
I'm seeing the Sith abilities coming through. He's
Well,
turning to the dark side
he said,
slowly.
think a golden handshake now for the right man. Iriola and his style would fit well. Physical but good football. Smooth transition, in my opinion, with new voice and ideas. Now, listen, that could be a good shout because Iriola won't want to lose Semenyo. Yeah, and if they lose him, that could be his little, throw his toys at the pram a little bit and say, you know what, open to offers, right time. We go in there with the right compensation package. You never know. You never know. Big up Ronnie. Ronnie in the building said at least all the happy clappers might finally put 2 and 2 together and stop comparing points tallies with the last season and making the Champions League. Interesting. I just want to know, is there anyone in the chat that thinks Eddie should stay on? Because right by now I can't find anybody.
What should stay on?
Yeah.
I'll second tomorrow morning, me.
He's done out here, mate.
How is the type of guy that would put £1 in a savings account and take £1 out at the same time?
He's so anxious, isn't he? But D-Man, Connor asked you a question earlier. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I haven't seen it.
He asked you a question. Are you Eddie out now?
Yeah.
So we got this on record. You are Eddie out.
I think he's done. Yeah.
You can't change it.
No. Listen, let me answer the question. Yeah.
Okay.
I keep saying the brother is going nowhere. Yeah. Eddie's not going anywhere. Yeah. But do I think it's time for change? Yes, I do. Because the football's not changing. The football's not changing. Yeah. We're slipping down this league. It's only so long before we come out the Champions League. Yes, we're going to get through to the next playoff thing. But once we come out of that, what have we got left? Yeah. I don't even trust us to win the League Cup anymore. You know what I mean? So to me, yes, I think he should do the honourable thing and walk. Yeah, but he's not going to do that. He's not. He's still got too much control. He's still got too much control. Yeah, and you're going to see at least one of his buys come through the door in January. Yeah, and that will tell you what you need to know. But to me,
James Garner.
Yeah, something stupid like that. But then how bad does it have to be for the owners to say he needs to go? Because, like you said, I think, CJ, you've got a theory on this anyway. What's your theory on PIF?
Oh, yes. So this is why, like, I've been Eddie Howe out for ages. Because, remember, I was going to make my debut on here the last day of the season. Last season. But I didn't want to be the Debbie Downer after everyone was like, we had such a great season, 12 for Champions League. I was like, we should get rid of him now. Let him leave right now because this summer is going to be, and it's going to go wrong with him. I knew straight away. Yeah, and flipping. So he just needs to.
Do the honourable thing.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is that basically the reason I just stopped even, like, he's not going nowhere, and because. I remember I was watching one pod you did another time, Jefferson, and you were saying that the PIF on all their other they won't stand for this in anything else. They want to be the best. They want to. Why have they not pulled the plug? It's because they don't. We're such a small
cog in the machine.
Everything. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle's like. Do you know what I mean? Every single day we're looking at Newcastle news. We're looking at like. To us, Newcastle is everything. To them, Newcastle is absolute. Like the amount of money they put in is such a drop in the water. Like how much have they invested in us
compared to everyone else?
Do you know how much money they put into that Live Golf?
It's true. Like, we're a pet project. We're a pet project for them.
If you think about it,
they'll pull the plug. That's why I think Eddie Howe is here as long as he wants to be here, because. They're not. It's not a big deal to them. They're like, we've got a football team.
Well, as much as we want to get on Eddie Howe, there's a comment from Cuff02 at the moment. He said, as much as we can dunk on Howe, and we should after today, players need to take a real look at themselves. Too many weak passengers. Only players who looked like they were trying were Hall and Burner, in my opinion. Roy, what's your thoughts on that one?
I think Livramento is not bad, and trying to think who was Miley was not bad as well. And then you can't blame Voltemada as well. Up front, he's getting no service, nothing, and then he was going backwards trying to help the defenders as usual, and then that goal happens. You can't blame those players every week and not blame the guy who's coaching them and doing this. When Eddie Howe's the man who got us the trophy last year, and he's the king of the city and stuff, so he's the one who won us the cup when everything's going well. So when everything's going wrong, he's the one to blame as well. So it has to be 100% this way, 100% that way. I'm not blaming any players today for this because he's the one coaching them week in, week out, every day.
Well, Kenny said back the team and the manager. Interesting.
We've tried, Kenny. We've tried, but
No,
afraid,
I'm not backing the manager.
We've reached the end of the road, my guy.
What about this one? Jay said, I'm not Eddie out, I'm Eddie sort it out. So, Jason, how many games would you give him? Or what would it take for you to think that it should be Eddie out? I'm just interested because it's good to have a balanced side of things, balanced viewpoint. So, it's interesting. I like Coffee said, if the Mackens were able to assemble a team of players who would fight for the team last summer, where does our squad rebuild stand 4 years into this project, considering we want Europe every season?
The transfer strategy is not fit for purpose. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember that? So we got rid of the wrong man, unfortunately. We got rid of the wrong man. So the problem is with the fan base is we're going off emotion and not logic. So for everyone, Eddie Howe is Moses. You know, he's the guy that led us out of relegation to the promised land of the Champions League. And credit to him, but we know that he overperformed. We know this, and he's reached his limit, you know. We've had a bit of luck along the way as well. It's not all been plain sailing. So all this Eddie is learning business, that can't run anymore because this is the second season now that he's in continental competition and having to balance games. This was the most fundamental window and crucial window we've ever had in history, and he's ballsed it up. So it's time for him to go now.
So Cuff said, I'm not Eddie out yet. He had a lot of credit in the bank, but it's running low. Let's see what the January window brings. Big up M Ford as well. He said, would anyone take Alonso once he gets the boot by Real Madrid? Anyone take Alonso? Anybody? I mean, he did well at where was he before?
Leverkusen. He won the double.
Yeah, they won the league, yeah.
Undefeated as well. The issue is we've gone so in on the Eddie Howe Kool-Aid that if we get a manager that needs to play possession football, he doesn't have the personnel to do that because they're all athletes and runners. So it's going to be an Amarim situation where he's going to need time to spend in the window and sell some of these players and get some actual technical players in that can give the likes of Hall, Bruno and Tonali some kind of help, because at the moment we can't play football. We just run.
Iris said, I said on NUFC Talk Reaction, Eddie's time is up. I hoped he would learn, but it just isn't happening. Eddie, don't touch that. It will burn. That it will burn. Ouch, 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 ouch. Eddie, stop. Ouch, ouch.
Irish Assassin, are you the guy that actually calls up? Just let us know, because, I thought you spoke very well. If that's you, I've heard you a couple of times.
Jono said, lads, what do you think of Anthony Gordon taking our penalties? Anthony Gordon's job to provide for Voltemada. Instead, he's taking them off him. Those extra goals would have kept Voltemada ticking over. He has lived off scraps. Yeah.
Right. Tell everyone your dog's name.
My dog's called Tonali. Oh, no, Sandro. Sandro. And he's being naughty.
Oh, good.
He's not playing well.
Kenny said, you want the team to go out rudderless over the most important part of the season. Christmas games coming thick and fast. Maybe it's not the right time to change manager, over this busy Christmas period. But there is something in giving a new manager the January transfer window to bring in one or two new players.
We're rudderless now.
Would you give them the money?
They don't know what they do. Literally. You can't blame the players because today it was the setup. The setup from the kickoff, what they were told to do was ridiculous.
And I ain't seen any of the post match interview in that. But has anyone questioned him as to the setup, why we set up like that. Has anyone, asked him, or people ain't watched it? I don't know, because that's a good question. What journalists need to start putting the pressure on him, asking him what's
No
up
one
with the
ever
tactics,
does.
which
No
is
one
which
ever
is
does.
yeah, yeah,
The problem is, let's say it's 4-3-3, isn't it?
yeah.
He's not going to change it. So let's say he gets rid of Joe Linton and he brings Jude Bellingham. 4-3-3. Trying to get that lad to adjust him for that 4-3-3. How much stronger are we going to get? 5% more? 10% more? We haven't got a sixth still. So all the defensive problems are still there. And all the problems with creativity are still there. It's not going to get fixed until he can adapt to each game in a different way. 4-3-3. And, I'm going to take Elanga off. I'm going to put Murphy on. I'm going to take Gordon off. I'm going to put Barnes on.
Barnes,
And
yeah.
Same thing.
Like for like substitutions,
Yeah,
thinking it's
this
going
is
to make a difference.
ridiculous.
Ronnie said, "How is passionless? He just stands there chewing gum. He should be bouncing around like a maniac." Jono said, "At least 4 players want an exit and 4 have aged out. Yet Eddie Howe picks his favourites regardless. He has brought bad and it's caught up." Which is interesting.
Yeah.
William said that credit in the bank is now piggy bank. Wayne, big up Wayne. He said, in terms of alternatives, Xabi, Iriola, Fabregas, and Xavi. These are my priority, which is true. We've got a Sunderland fan in there. Say Merry Christmas, lads.
Nice one,
Hey,
mate.
we can't complain.
Big up, man. I hope you've liked the stream as well, Steve. So big up, Steve. Yeah, it's good to see a little rival in there.
They deserve it, though. They deserve it.
Oh no, is Steve still in there? Steve, are you finishing above us this season then? With all that you've got your victory, you're 4 points clear of us. Are you finishing the season above us? It would be interesting to know, man. Interesting to know. But listen, we've got big up Brent in the building.
Big up Brent.
We're not already rudderless. He agrees with you, CJ. But what players are going to come Newcastle? Scanter said.
Under Eddie, not many.
Any young English guy who likes to run.
Slim
James got on the minute. James got on the stand the kind of players, man. They're just
slim pickings. But listen, we've got obviously the League Cup semi-final coming up, and then we've got quarterfinal. Being ambitious, quarterfinal. Then we've got Chelsea next weekend. Yeah. Now let's start with the League Cup. Do you think that we're going to go through, Roy?
I think we'll win. Fulham, isn't it? Yeah, I think we'll win that game.
Yeah, considering Fulham are playing good football, and we struggled against them. We got the last minute winner against in the league, and we're likely to rotate. So you're still confident, yeah?
Yeah, I still think unless Fulham go with a full team, then might be. The thing is, am I bothered? No.
That was
I'm thinking about the league now, because I think that the semi-finals is going to have top 4 really. So if we get there, it's going to be City and who's out? Man U. You got Chelsea, Arsenal. So all those teams are still going to be in the cup.
Yes, it's going to be a tough one.
Going to be a tough one. It's not going to be like last year. So might as well get out now. Focus on the league just like we used to do with Ashley.
Okay.
We've still got Champions League, and we're not going to be in the top 8, so we're going to play another 2 games in the Champions League as well.
Sorry, before I come to you, Jefferson, a big up Coroner. They said you don't want to watch Eddie's post match, and then Brant says come in and said Eddie said we were relatively happy at half time. I heard that. I lost my mind. Is this what he really said?
Jesus in heaven,
Yeah, he's lost his mind.
He's going slowly, man. He's going on.
He's so in denial. Just do what Bruno did and put your hand up and say it was a poor performance. It's unacceptable. We aim to be better. I'm going to work in training with the lads this week. Really sorry for the fans. That's all he had to say.
Did he actually apologize?
Yeah, I think he did. I heard that he did apologize. He apologized for the performance.
Accepted, Eddie. Accepted.
What we speak about this? Ronnie said we signed Bruno 4 years ago, and he's still the best player we have. Mitchell was right.
That's valid as well.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Bit of a
But
timestamp, isn't it?
Steven said we're a team full of runners, not footballers, hence our lack of ball retention. Yeah, it's always going to be the
that's
way.
why we keep getting beat in the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah, they're
can't
not. And the thing is, they're not running no more.
Mm.
That's the bad thing.
run.
And
Because
that's
the
all
thing
we had.
is, 2 seasons ago, when we had our best season, because we were pressing people like crazy. Do you know what I mean? I loved when we were playing that
It's
run.
amazing.
But now, we don't do that anymore, and we've still got the runners. Like, that doesn't make sense. Nothing where the players we've got, the systems we're playing, nothing, none of the dots are connected.
Mm.
Nothing's, it's like everything's all over the place.
You know what, Curtis? Linking to what you're saying, in the window, we had the opportunity to sign El Canoes. And when he chose to sign Ramsey over El Canoes, I knew that's it.
Yeah.
He's not looking to play possession football because Ramsey is a runner and he's got the same attribute set as Willock. And yet we
Is it
kept
Willock, yeah?
Willock and we didn't sell him. So you've got two players that are exactly the same.
So
You got two
basically,
Willocks.
he's basically building a squad of like for like players. Yeah,
Mm.
so he could just replace one with the other when things go on and one goes injured. So he's not changing the style at all. Carnell said, "We got to sack Howell now, man. Enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of him." Listen, you're not alone. You're not
Eddie
alone
out.
because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. What's for lunch 719 might get relegated. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But I get what you're saying. It is kind of shocking. Coronel said, "What's annoying me is how we've been using Tonali. He's been reduced to running hard miles and putting out fires. Of course, he's burnt out. He should be playing on closer to Bruno, one touch." And we spoke about that a while ages ago. Like he likes that one touch passing, you know what I mean, and the little quick through ball. We saw it in his debut in a friendly. I think it was against Celtic. I think when he set up, I can't remember who he set up. That little first time through ball through the centre. I can't remember who scored, but he's not getting that where we are. He's not getting it because, like I said, we haven't got the technical players around him to do that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, back to the League Cup, Jefferson. What's your thoughts on that one? Are we going to go through and are you bothered?
It's an interesting one because remember when we played Fulham in the league? Fulham had injuries, you know. They were missing like 4 or 5 key players. That's what people are actually forgetting. And they still don't have Muniz. They actually don't. They've literally got one striker. But what they do have in the likes of sort of Smith Rowe and Harry Wilson, who's playing amazing at the moment, they've got threats. They got Kevin and my man Chukwueze, who scored against us in the Champions League, if everyone remembers, 2 years ago for AC Milan. So they're not going to be a walkover. I think it'll be tight, but on the virtue of being at home and a response from this game, I think we would just nick it. But then that leads on to the Chelsea game, which is at the same week. I think we'll be rinsed out and we'll probably lose to Chelsea as a result of that. But let's see.
Listen, there's 73 of you in the building. Smash the likes, people. Appreciate it. And appreciate all the comments coming in thick and fast. Jefferson, you're going to like this one. Big up Kim Cam in the building and big up Giniesta.
Yo!
Giniesta said, Jeffo, you aren't seen as a lunatic now. You are owed an apology by all those who thought you talked rubbish last year.
Including D-Man. Including D-Man. Yeah?
Yeah?
Listen, the amount of times I was victimized like a pariah. Yeah, I was told to calm down. I was told to be positive, that everything is a celebration, rare 10. No. I saw it from a long time. It's been curtains for a while.
Just on that quickly, CJ, what's your thought? Because I want to hear you tell the people what your thoughts on the League Cup win.
No, I just think we were a bit overboard
with the celebration.
No, don't get me wrong. I was jumping. Obviously, it's like one of my top 3 happiest Newcastle moments in 30 years. But I just think there's too much now hanged on the fact that anyone has a trophy. That is just like, yeah, but because the League Cup at the end of the day, until the semi-finals, literally the top teams are trying their best to get kicked out. Like everyone rotates. It's like, do you know what I mean? He had 3 games. Both the semi-finals and the final. Amazing. He did amazing. Everything about those games was amazing. But then when I went on BBC, yeah, you could live stream the parade and the show. I thought that's ridiculous. Like that's embarrassing because it's like Swansea have won the League Cup. You didn't see, you couldn't, you couldn't live stream their parade on BBC. It's
Yeah.
like you acted like we were Accrington Stanley or something, winning the. I, just, I think I think it was like, oh, if we were going to be a big club, we overdid it. And two, I just think it's given how too much. Like with Wednesday, I want us to win. Don't get me. I want us to win. I want us to win another cup. I want us to win it again. But it will just be people saying this is why Howe should stay in. It
They
papers
go over
over
the tracks. Yeah.
so much.
Mm.
It's just like people. I think people in their head think we had a better season than like Palace. They won the FA Cup. The people
Bigger
crying
trophy.
from the start. That's what I'm saying. That Palace, they won the FA Cup, their first trophy in the history.
Yeah.
They went on BBC live streaming, like everyone, like a big concert. Like you didn't see all that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Curtis, you see D-Man and you see all these happy clappers. They
Hold
were
on, hold on.
Eddie's the best. No, D-Man,
No. You can't put me in the camp of a happy clapper. You can't. You cannot. Are you putting me in the happy? Are you putting me in the
I
camp with
was
the
on
happy
my
clappers?
I was on my J's that day.
Yeah, but
yeah?
bruv, no. This is why.
You gotta let
No,
me speak, D-Man. You gotta let me speak.
Hold
Because
on. Hold
I
on.
speak the truth.
No,
I
bruv.
speak the truth, and you know this.
You was cutting when we were on that 10-game run, bruv. And I'm
Yes,
saying,
I told you guys.
No.
It's fake.
Don't
It's
get me
fake.
don't wrong. Of course, there's a chance that eventually it's not going to work. But during that
I
10-game
called
run,
it from day one. I
hold
told you guys.
on, the 10-game run, yeah, that we did that. No other club in the league, not even the league champions did that. The run that we went on, yeah,
Yeah,
the 6,
so
7 games, yeah. You have to give them credit for it. And when we're beating teams, remember the team that you're saying we were going to lose to
Leicester.
every week.
I was saying you boys were getting excited
No.
over Leicester and Ipswich.
You said,
I told you guys.
You said we were going to lose to Leicester. We beat them. You said we were going to lose to
I
Villa.
didn't say we were going to lose to
No,
Leicester.
you did. West
I didn't- that was
Villa,
AC. I never
Villa
said
and Man United. You said we were going to lose, and we won those games because you said we need to get through these 3 games, and we did. And when we did, you was like, "Oh, it don't mean nothing. They're nothing. They're
It
big."
didn't mean it
No,
didn't
but
though,
you
because
changed it. You changed the start.
it was moments of individual brilliance that papered
No.
over the cracks.
Hold on,
Yeah?
hold on.
But let me go back to the cup.
No,
Let me
hold
go
on.
back to the
Wait,
cup.
one more thing.
Curtis, the
One more
way
thing.
these guys made me feel like
No,
a pariah.
listen.
They were like, yo, it's a celebration today, yeah? No negativity. bruv, yeah? Eddie Howe's the best manager of all time. He's better than Bobby Robson. And do you know what I said to them? I said to them, boys, what cup did we win? They said the Carabao Cup. I said, what is that the equivalent to? 7th place. I told them, what did Curtis just say? The FA Cup is bigger. I tried to tell you, man.
Yeah, okay.
No one listened to me.
Okay, right.
Yeah?
You finished. Can I talk? Can I
Yeah,
talk?
yeah.
Right. Don't interrupt me. You said, yeah, I said to you that Eddie Howe is our most successful manager. Yeah, you're rating Bobby Robson, great manager, but you're doing it on nostalgia because the achievements, I said, the achievements that Eddie Howe did are greater what Bobby Robson
they're
did.
not,
No, this is what I said. Yeah, this is what I said. Right now, going back to the run itself. Yeah, you're saying that moments of magic, blah blah. Fair enough. But what game in that 10-game run did we not deserve to win? We were beating teams that we deserved to win, bruv. It wasn't fluke in the games. It wasn't fluke in none of the games, bruv.
There were moments of brilliance.
No.
When you've got Murphy scoring from acute angles, Tonali
No,
scoring
that was the second one. No,
against Brentford.
Jefferson.
Otherwise, it's 1-1.
Jefferson, listen to me. That's not the run I'm talking about. You're talking about the second run later in the season. I'm not talking about
Christmas, isn't it? You're
right.
I'm
talking about the Christmas run. Yeah. So this is where you're getting confused, and that's when you were chatting
Tonali
shit.
came back.
Yeah. You're chatting shit, bruv. That's what it is, bruv. Yeah. But
Eddie's the best manager we've ever had.
Yeah, I still stand on that.
That's embarrassing, bro.
No, but
that's
listen.
Bruv, you're saying that based on him winning 3 meaningful games.
No. I didn't base it just on the League Cup, bruv. I based
it is because at the end of the day,
he
finished 4th and 5th.
Yes,
That's
and
it. Bobby Robson finished 4th twice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in the
European semi-final. Semi-final.
Yes, but if you put that together with the League Cup win, I think it trumps it. That's me personally. That's what I think it trumps.
It's not better.
AC thought the same at the time, but I will say, when we got qualified for the Champions League this season, I said we scraped through, yeah, and I've also backed the Mitchell thing as well. So I haven't been the happy clapper thing because I was one of the first people that said Mitchell should have stayed, bro, even before you, bro, yeah. And with that not fit for purpose, I was saying that before anybody, bro. So let's not that like I'm just some plain happy clapper, bro. I tried to bring balance.
He's salvaging himself now, Curtis.
You hated
See
Eddie
this?
Howe.
Unless
He
it's
does
Bro.
this. He
No, no.
stayed
Am I lying?
on the fence all the
Am I
time,
lying?
and now he's jumping
Listen, am I
across.
lying? Am I lying in what I said about Mitchell? Am I lying? Because I was the main protagonist about the whole thing about the meeting.
Yeah,
because
we
you didn't even know about the
jumped
meeting, bro.
through.
The meeting that you had with Eddie Howe and with the owner and got him sacked 2 days later. Who's the one calling about that? Me.
Yeah, you did come out
So
with that.
it's not all the same. I'm not all the same saying, right, I'm pro Eddie Howe, pro Eddie Howe, pro Eddie Howe. You just asked me half an hour ago, do I want him gone? I said, yeah. So what?
Finally,
Look, but
finally.
I said it. But I came with balance. That's the difference. Because when we were winning, you were
Curtis,
still cutting. You were still cutting.
Curtis,
You
the
know what I mean?
group was formed. The thing is, Curtis, real talk, and people have said this to me, yeah. People love the energy, number one, because we were the alternative. Don't get me wrong, we've always been real. We always keep it real here. But the unification on being Eddie out is what brought people in. Yeah. And then them man started drifting off. And I stayed. I stuck to my guns. Because
Yeah.
when we first formed the group, we were cussing Eddie on a daily.
Yeah.
And I remember messaging them. That's when I checked out the 3-1 loss where Elanga tore us a new one and Chris Wood scored a hat-trick. I was
We were
like,
cussing.
I'm
We
done
were
with this
rightfully
tonight.
cussing. We were all
Get him
cussing
out of the
about
club.
that. We was all cussing about that. Yeah, we were. But the difference was that when we went on that run, yeah, because you were saying you was like you wanted us to fail to qualify for the Champions League, bro, and you didn't think we were going to do it, bro. You didn't think we were going to do anything this season, and he proved you wrong. And even when he did, that's when you were still like, oh,
It was lucky.
but-
That
yeah,
could
but
Man United
but
beat
this is
Aston
why
Villa, bro.
I'm on Jefferson's side there because
no, I hear it. But what I'm saying is, you said that he wouldn't do it, and he done it. Yeah.
yeah, bro, we didn't get
No,
the
no,
Champions League positions.
no. But what I'm saying is, we got the trophy as well, and the champ. We qualified. Whether
Which
you
is
like it or not.
equivalent to 7th place.
No, but
It is a Conference League trophy
Jefferson, did we play in the Conference League?
because we finished 5th in the
No,
league.
yes or no? Did we play? That's what I'm saying, bruv. Like you said, the league was our bread and butter. We did that, and the league at the trophy at the time, which you didn't expect any of that. Yeah, you didn't expect any of that. So of course,
Oh, I'm sorry, D-Man, are you sure? Because what did I predict at the start of the season, my guy? Who won?
Yes,
Who,
yes.
No. Who,
Yeah,
who
you
won
did.
the
You
prediction?
did.
Thank
Did
you. So
change
I'm
your mind?
right again.
No.
I predicted 5th and we
Jefferson.
finished 5th.
Jefferson, so you didn't change your mind halfway through the season?
No, from the start of the season, I
Stop
said
lying,
5th.
bruv. When we went on that crazy downward spiral before we went on the run, you told us we're not qualified for nothing, bruv. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
changed.
what? You mean the 5-5-5? Yeah, I
changed.
thought we were done. Yeah, I
You're
thought we were done.
wrong. You're wrong.
And Longstaff was playing.
You're wrong.
Everyone thought we were
Right.
done, bro.
But you just
Everyone
said,
did.
I was right. No, you're wrong.
But you're trying to salvage it now.
No,
yeah,
I'm-
and the people have seen it
I'm
because they
not
know
salvaging
I've been
nothing.
constant from
I'm
day
not salvaging
one.
stuff. I put my hands up. I changed my mind. Yeah, I'm allowed to do that.
And you
But
still think Eddie's our greatest manager of all time? That is crazy.
No, it's not crazy, bro. It's not. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion.
Fair
What-
play.
You know what I mean? But we've both been wrong. We've both been right. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. But right about now, we can both agree that he needs to go. Yeah.
We had to give the bloodthirsty
That's the
watchers. We had to give the bloodthirsty watchers some action because they've been salivating.
It happened once in a while. Don't worry, but it happened once in a while. Yeah. So, did I ask you, Kate? Did you ask you what you think about the League Cup?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
That's how this all started.
Drop the credit. Big up Pots Mag in the building.
Big up.
Lee's Mag said, Jefferson, Roy, can you explain why we attack and press big six clubs but sit back and defend against shite teams like West Ham and Sunderland? Roy, what's your thoughts on that one?
No. Have you watched the City game? Who sat back for about 70 minutes? Arsenal was sat back. Hit them in a counter. That's all we do. We just find it impossible to... maybe unless he's... we haven't pressed for a year now.
Yeah, so this is what I don't understand about.
Yeah. We don't press anymore, though.
Like that season 2 years ago, we had
Yeah.
we had the identity. We had the identity. Everyone was on the same page. We carried out the plan. We knew other teams knew the plan was, but they couldn't stop it. Like our pressing, what anyhow brought to us that season was just. I was like, this is sick. But literally, like I said, for a season, we've not done the pressing thing for over a season, and it's just like no one knows what they're doing. I don't understand why we don't do it anymore. We can, because there's been games. Like I understand what that guy said. We did actually press City. I think a bit. That we was like we're more up for it. I think that's all it is. I think you're more up for it for the big games. We just can't get up for the
Yeah.
all the other
Mhm.
80% of games. You don't get up for it. Anyhow, can't get them up for it.
Mentality,
Boy.
man. It's poor
Yeah.
mentality.
It's
So what
mental
about?
as well.
Yeah, go on, Ray.
It's mentality and it's game approach as well by Eddie. And the same, we play like an open book as well. There's 4-3-3 from almost I think seven of the players are the same one from 22 with Pope and Go. So it's almost the same thing. So every single coach knows exactly what we're doing now. Maybe that's why we've been getting results in Europe because they don't know how
Unknown
we
quantity.
work. Yeah.
So
But
do
I
you
think there's
think?
similarities to the Spurs team under Poch in 2019, where they just got so comfortable, where the first 11 picked itself, and then that's why they ran into issues when they kept trying to buy players, for example, to give Harry Kane competition. What is it? They bought that Janssen guy. They bought the
So
old
like,
man,
yeah.
Lorente, and all this stuff. They weren't going to be good enough. So what happens is your first team lose the hunger. And I think that's what's happened. It's a bit like Rocky 3, you know? Like those guys, it was a big thing for them. Champions League and Cup last season, they reached the top of their mountain. And I think there's a real loss of hunger because no one realistically has to fight for their shirt. That's a problem. And that culture is bred by the manager.
Just a comment from Cuff said, "Oh no, lads, I was slowly inching towards joining the 90's Mags bandwagon, but talking down our achievements from last season is a mad take." Agreed. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Yeah.
Yeah, Cup was amazing. But
Steve said,
Champions League, we got
Lovely
lucky.
feeling,
We
of
got
course.
lucky to get.
cancel the order for the Eddie Howe statue. Yeah, this is interesting from Jono. He said, if Hopkinson is really serious about being this top club by 2030, why are we not moving for someone like Zidane, Klopp, Alonso? Top clubs wouldn't accept this shit and move Eddie Howe on. Now, just on that one, do you think the likes of Zidane, Klopp, and Alonso would come to Newcastle at this current time?
No.
No, not a chance.
Unfortunately, not.
You know what I mean? It's not too
Mourinho would, but not those guys.
Oh, pardon Mourinho.
I think we need like I think the new stadium thing to come through. I think if we're showing ambition through like the sponsorship deals and a new stadium, people think, oh, we're on the up. Because I think the big difference between now and when we first had the takeover is there's that mysticism of, oh, they're going to be another PSG or whatever it is. You know, this is before all the PSR parameters and stuff. But now the laundry is clear to see. Like people know that we are restricted financially and stuff like that. So
Let me go through some of these comments. Now said, we won a cup, can't take that for granted. As much as I don't take out as a great coach, he done it. But it has been poor since the win. We have regressed completely. That's why he has to go. Phil, big up Phil. He said, every game is won by individual brilliance. Your argument makes no sense, Jefferson. No Salah individual brilliance won by Liverpool, the league.
so how did Isak score 20 plus goals?
Interesting.
We got people like Barnes banging it from outside the box. You got people scoring from the side of the pitch. They're not regular goals you see every week. That sounds quite individual to me, but that's just my perspective, of course.
Lee said, Jamie Carragher blaming the owners, not Eddie Howe. Yet if Eddie was a foreign coach, he would blame the manager.
100%.
Interesting.
But even the owners, after they bought Alanga for 55 million, they gave Eddie Howe 55 million and 45 million for Ramsey, and you're blaming the owners. What's he on about?
Yeah.
He gave him 100 million for two players, and he spent it on Ramsey and Alanga.
Yeah, it's not looking
Crazy.
good.
That's the Isak money gone. That's the Isak money gone.
Ginesta said Newcastle won 5 out of 19 away fixtures in 2025, and those wins came against Leicester, Southampton, Spurs, West Ham, and Everton. Relegation form.
Yeah.
And Chevalt said, what did I say last week, if you remember? Vissa on at 70 odd minutes. It's not fun anymore. How out? Interesting.
How the tide has turned.
Adnison, Howe won a cup on playing players he never would have played in Barnes and Dubravka. Interesting. And Jason said, I think PIF and Hopkinton will pull the trigger if we don't deliver any trophy or European qualification. That's a good question. What do you think it will take for how to go? Like, if we finish outside the top, if we finish 6th with no trophies, is that enough for him to keep his job?
6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6th will take us to Europe, though.
No, I think it's a Pochettino situation. Pochettino finished 6th; he was sacked. You know,
Yeah, so it depends what you see. Ten
Champions
Hag
League.
won them.
I think back to my point I made earlier about PIF. I think if you finish 6th, I think he'll keep his job.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. He'll stay.
Because they're not that bothered about Newcastle. Newcastle is such a small part of what they do to do sports. It's tiny.
Yeah, it's. Oh, Ken
It's
wins.
tough. I did celebrate it, but what we were talking about was the ganging up of me on the show that we did. So I was just pushing back on that. Of course, I was happy with the win. You know, emotional, of course, like any fan.
Ken is given an alternative. Jose Mourinho. I don't want this guy anywhere near my club. He will burn it to the ground. He's finished. Yeah.
I bet he would do a better job today, though. He would have done a better job today.
Yeah, he would have done today. Cloud said, I've never agreed with Jefferson about Howe, but he might be right this time for change. Now, how is our Mark Hughes at City? Done a great job, won a trophy, but it got stale when City made a change. Mark Hughes never won a trophy at City.
No.
No, he
Well,
didn't. I take the sentiment, though. I take what he's saying. Kim Cam said he will drag us into the mud before he goes. Interesting. All right, so give me a prediction for this Fulham game, CJ. What do you reckon?
I think we'll win because I think both teams will rotate. Will rotate. And I saw in the comments as well that someone said about they've got a few players up to Afcon as well. That's crazy or something. That's crazy.
Okay.
Name is Bassi and someone else. They said.
Okay, that's a good sign.
I think if we both rotate, then we're probably stronger than them at home. So I expect us to win that. But then I expect us to win. But like Roy said, I'm just not bothered.
Okay.
I'm not that bothered. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to see us in a. I think with the League Cup, the semi-final is business time. That's when everyone takes it seriously.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, if you get to that phase, I want us to win the game and win it. But I just know then, Eddie Howe's not going anywhere until he's not going anywhere. Like if he makes a final, if he makes another final and finishes mid-table, he
gets another crack at the whip.
Sitting there this time next year, exactly in December next year, to what Eddie Howe out.
Okay.
I think we'll win, but I want us to, but it's just like it's just gonna paper over the cracks, isn't it?
Okay. Just read this comment. Still bad. That said, I said it last week on lads on here. If we don't perform against Sunderland and we lose, then it's Eddie Howe out. I have to stick with that. Come what may. Interesting.
Thank you.
All right. So
Hills.
Just quickly then. You said we're going to win. What's your prediction for that? And what's your prediction for the Chelsea game?
Is that right? Or is it me?
No, that's sorry, CJ. Quickly,
I think we'll win 3-1.
Okay. And Chelsea?
Chelsea. That's away.
No, home. That's at home.
Home. See, Chelsea are just so up and down. Because obviously we're just a different team at home. I think I'll go have a draw, like a 1-1.
Okay. Jefferson, what do you reckon for the two games?
I think we will beat Fulham at home just same as the league game, 2-1. The Chelsea game, I mean, Cole Palmer's back now. I think we lose that one 2-1 marginally as well. And just to add very quickly, I nearly called it the Carling Cup. In the Carabao Cup, Chelsea, City and Arsenal are still in it. So I don't think we're winning it anyway.
No, we're not winning that. Just quickly, Chevrolet said, I don't care what anybody says. Something has gone on behind the scenes. Too many players from form has dropped off a cliff. I'm hearing Asula isn't even injured, but had a bust up with Howe.
Ah,
And remember, they said they're looking to sell him now. They're looking to sell him in January. So maybe there might be something behind that. You never know.
That was around the
I
same
think it's the
time.
same for Botman as well. I still don't believe that Botman
Yeah,
is
I
injured.
agree.
I don't
Something's
believe
not right
it.
there. Yeah. Roy, your thoughts on the two games? Prediction for Fulham and Chelsea?
Yeah, I think we'll beat Fulham 2-1 tight as well because the African players are not there. And how many African players does Chelsea have?
Uh,
You as well.
yeah, but I
French.
think that for some reason, I
That's
think,
a Chelsea of old. I don't think they got any more.
Is it not?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with a draw because we're at home. If we're away, we'll get battered. So yeah, we'll beat Fulham and then 2-1, and we'll draw 1-1 at home with Chelsea.
For those in the chat, give us your predictions for the Fulham game and the Chelsea game because I think we'll beat Fulham. I'm going to say 2-0. Chelsea, I think we're going to beat them 2-1 because we have a good record against Chelsea at home. I know Caicedo's back and Palmer's obviously back now, so it's going to be a tough one. But we tend to get out for those games as well. And I think that's the last game before Christmas, isn't it? So
Yeah.
It's Man United, isn't it?
Man
Yeah,
United's
but-
on
No, sorry, that's New Year. Sorry, my bad.
We still have one more.
United Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get that done. Just. Read out some of these comments before we go as well. Genius has said no Champions League equals bye to Nile and Livramento. On that one, do you think Livramento's gone? Because they're looking at City are sniffing around him.
Yeah, if you're in the Champions League,
I think he's
they
the
could put a
closest.
bid in January. They could put a bid in January. Or do you think they'll wait till the summer?
I think summer, unless they do player swap with cash. I don't think so. I think it's summer.
Okay.
Because his agent will probably tell him to keep his mind steady because he's going to be in the World Cup if he's fit, isn't it?
Yeah. And just quickly then, if I had to, CJ, where do you think we're going to finish the season? At this current time, where do you think we're going to
I
finish?
said it earlier, didn't I? But I think between if we keep anyhow between 10th and it's such a tight league. It's such a tight. Anyone can just beat anyone. Like no one's being consistent. And the thing is, I bet there's about 10 teams having podcasts just like this, where they just like, why can't the frustration comes that this team can't put a run together. And
Yeah.
there's so many teams like that. So it's just such a hard question to answer. I think that's somewhere between like just above top mid table, just under. So maybe like 8th to 30th, somewhere in that region. I reckon.
Okay. Jefferson, what do you reckon?
I think 8th, 9th.
Yeah.
9th probably.
Roy?
Well, we'll finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll say we're out of Europe. 8.
Yeah, I reckon 8th.
He should be sacked though. Is that enough for him to keep his job or get sacked? Let's say we don't win any of the cups.
I think if he gets 8th, I think he goes. Because that 8th and no cup, that's serious regression. Nah.
Yeah.
Even Conference League, I don't think would do it,
Yeah.
Because the CEO's talking about these revenue numbers. The only revenue numbers you can get is from Champions League.
Well, this is it.
One thing I would say though is if you don't get Champions League and the likes of Tonali, Livramento, Gordon's gonna go in the season regardless, I think. And good. Yeah, Gordon, like we can sell a lot of players if we don't get Champions League and we'll bring in a lot of money. This is what I was saying to you earlier, D-Man, that if we have a new manager and we have to just restart again with a load of money, then I don't think it's the end of the world. But if we don't make Champions League, we sell our players and we still have Howe. Oh my gosh, we are done.
Can you imagine?
We are done.
The amount of the quality of players you could have brought in.
Seriously, it'll be the good old days.
Trafford, Garner, a few others, they all come through the door.
Rico Lewis.
Yeah, all of that.
He's my least favourite player in the whole IE.
Oh, wow.
I hate Rico Lewis.
Hey, listen, just quickly. Listen, I appreciate everyone that's in the building. Right? I hope you smash the like button as well on your way in. But why is it, the moment we lose, Liverpool fans are flooding the chat now. It makes Listen, we got Menace in the building. Big up my cousin. He said, "You in Tyneside?" No, I'm not in Tyneside, bro. Yeah, I'm home. Yeah, I'm home. I'm going up to Newcastle, the Newcastle Palace game in January. But no, I'm not there. I'm not there. Big up KJ as well, and another Liverpool fan. Yeah,
He called you Wretch 46.
Bruv, he's the original one that started calling me that, bruv, and now it's gone viral on some next chat, bruv. Big up the
What's
catch up, by the way.
46? What's
Why
the
46?
They're saying the old, innit? The older rich. That's what they're saying, bruv.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? But now, big up KJ, but he's a Liverpool fan. He holds hella smoke on the catch up, bruv. But listen, Emzalini and KJ, talk to me about Isak. Yeah, I don't want to hear about your eyes and all this. Talk about Isak. Talk about how he's stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marcus
And
reckons
Verts as well.
and Verts as well. Marcus said we're going to finish 13th. Kenny said 9th or 10th. There was a few others that said 9th or 10th. Chevelle said 12th as well. There's no. I don't think anyone think we're going to make the top 5. I saw Magpie today. You're full.
Okay.
Niall said 9th. We're going to finish 9th. What's it? I heard Geordie saying they want a new centre midfielder and a new captain. Well, you heard wrong, bro. Yeah, don't worry about that. Bruno's a good enough captain. Yeah, and you're talking about centre midfielder. Are you talking about Tonali, bro? Yeah. Real G's don't lose to Sunderland. Bro, you're pathetic. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
We got a troll there. He's trolling.
That's my cousin, bro. Yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh.
He's ridiculous. But like he said, slap the light, people. Get the lights coming in. But listen, is there anything else you don't want to discuss before we come out of here? Because this has gone longer than I expected, brother. Now upset. Right, double D's in there as well. Bro, what's with these Liverpool fans?
Wow. Double D's been missing, bro. I was going to send a party out for you.
Why do you think? Because these Liverpool have been trash. Yeah? But now we can't even laugh at them because they're still above us. Ekatike is the one who we wanted is scoring goals now. Yeah.
We haven't. The thing, Liverpool, I think, having the same issue with us that they just got a load of players and the dots aren't connected. Don't get me wrong, I think because the league's so close, I think if House miraculously found a way just to have a system that works for the players we have, we could finish Champions League. Because all it takes is for someone to go on a run.
Points anyway, yeah.
Look at Villa, how they started. They're going on this mad run and like they're title challengers. So I'm not saying it's not something that's out of the possibility Champions League. But the thing is, Eddie Howe's so stubborn. He's just not going to. He's not going to.
Yeah.
We need to. That's why I say we need a new manager now that to save the season. A new manager who can just say, right, these are the players I've got. This is how we're going to play because of the players we've got.
Listen,
there's levels to this game, isn't it? They literally have a manager who has won 4 Europa Leagues, yeah, and we're heralding a manager who's won the EFL Championship and the bloody League Cup. Do you know what I mean?
Bruv,
They sold us their 6th choice centre midfielder.
Me and Jefferson were in a group chat fighting fires because we said that Emery's a better manager than Eddie Howe, and we got crucified.
Yeah, I think I was in the chat.
You was in there as well.
I didn't say nothing. I agree. We were talking that chat, but I think I was in there at the time thinking. I think I actually made a comment. That's the one time I actually spoke in it because I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
How anyone can say that Eddie Howe's a better manager than Emery?
They're brainwashed. It's a cult. I'm telling you.
Big up Smokey.
It is.
Time for serious change. The signs are there. Yeah, it's one of them, man. It's one of them. But listen, we've been there for long enough. So thank you for everyone in the chat. Yeah, with your comments. Hope you slap the like button as well and share with the people. Like I said, we're trying to get to 500 subs before the end of the year. I think we're about 30 away. Big up Roy for joining the panel again, and Sandro. Big up Sandro as well.
Hey,
yeah,
he's got no clue
what's going on, just like Eddie Howe. But anyway,
absolutely.
Big up, CJ for coming on for the first time. Need to get you on again very soon. Pleasure having you, sir. Pleasure having you. As usual, stap the likes, like, subscribe, and comment. Leave the comments after, by the way. It helps the channel grow, helps with the algorithm. Thank you for all those that join the chat, the newcomers as well. Even you Liverpool fans, been much appreciated for you to join in. when you can. But we'll be back after the Fulham game to review that one. But yeah, until then, don't let this result ruin your week ahead as much as they've tried to. You know, Eddie Howe's got a lot to answer for. But listen, let's see if they can turn it around, innit? But until next time, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Still go watch Match of the
We're
Day.
out and Eddie's out as well.
Peace.